Hello, my loves. It's Astral Intuitive back with another reading for you guys. So this reading is specifically for those twin flames, soulmates, divine partners that are currently in separation and also are not currently in contact. So this is for those that are not in communication currently. The odd message, text message, that sort of thing back and forth. A month or so, two or so ago, that counts as not being in communication. So this is for those who are generally not in communication. So I'm just going to shuffle once really quick and then we'll get started. So you guys are doing okay with these eclipse energies. They're really intense for me. I've been sleeping a lot lately. A lot of upgrades happening. All right, so we have spiritual strength, hope, and victory and success. So this is for the divine feminine. Let's start with the bottom of the deck. I'm pretty sure that the last reading that I did had this on the bottom of the deck, emotional withdrawal. This is this card comes up quite a bit in readings. It seems like both the divine masculine and feminines are going within and really re-examining their lives and deciding what it is they truly want and getting a little bit more clear about what they want, so that they can manifest it. So all right, feminines, right now you are growing spiritually in more ways than you can even imagine. Your third eye is wide open. I feel like this is your third eye almost in your hands, opening up, blossoming, this beautiful light that is coming out of these two hands, victory and success. So you're doing the work, right? So you're being rewarded with your increase in your intuitive abilities, because you've been doing the inner work. You have been healing those core wounds and doing the work that needs to be done in order for you to come into union. So, the universe, spirit is saying to you right now, good job, relax. All of this, you've been carrying a heavy burden. You've been doing a lot of work for the masculine as well. So you transmute a lot of his, the stuff for him that needs to be transmuted as well. So you're very, you're doing double duty sometimes, so you can be exhausted. So again, they want me to tell you that they're very proud of you and to not give up hope. Keep the hope alive. So for shared energies, we have disruption, which is the Tower card in traditional tarot, triumph with it, which is the Chariot, and suffering in silence. So this is the shared energy. So again, for both the divine feminine and the divine masculine, we have emotional upheaval. For some, it could be physical upheaval. They could be moving. They could be moving unexpectedly, maybe due to a relationship breakup, in which, they were living with their karmic partner. And so they're now, trying to kind of sort their lives out. And that's why they're not reaching out, because they, and I'm speaking to the feminines, but this applies for both, but I just generally tend to speak to the feminine because I feel like, most of the time the feminines are the ones that are looking for guidance, or they look for it more often. So excuse me, masculine, but, they are looking, they're doing, both sides are doing this inner work, and they're both suffering. And specifically for the masculines, they are experiencing such accelerated motion of their intuitive abilities and their knowing. They're coming into knowing much more quickly. So for the feminine, though it was a slow process, when it happened, you know, she's been in knowing for much longer than the masculine. Generally, in the collective, the feminines are much more awakened than the masculines. So, you know, the masculines are trying to catch up, and that's something that the feminines have to remember, because we're, you know, generally so far ahead, the feminines are. So, but, you know, even though that there's all this turmoil in both the feminine and masculine's lives, there's also a sense of triumph, of victory, of I made it, I'm making it, I'm going to get through this. So they're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel now, with, you know, the residual energies, you know, from 2018 almost cleared. You know, we're kind of doing that into January, so we're almost there. And I think for many, it's going to be the culmination of that will be with this eclipse energy. So it's, you know, it's going to get better for both sides, emotionally especially. So let's do, this is for the masculine, trapped in fear. Choose wisely. This card comes up a lot for the masculine when I'm doing private readings as well. And firm foundation. So, you know, the masculine's sitting over there, scared. He's scared of the feminine. So for many of you, he knows he did you wrong, okay? He knows that he upset you. And even though a big part of him wants to reach out, he doesn't want to reach out to you and then get, you know, lashed out at. Even though he deserves it, you know, I'm sure, he senses that, you know, that's masculine energy imbalance from the feminine. And it makes him uncomfortable. It makes him nervous. He doesn't want to, you know, get involved with that, you know. So feminines need to hold space for the masculines and understand and empathize, since many of you are empaths, with the masculine's situation, and let them go through what they need to go through on their own. They are taking the time to and building this firm foundation, because, you know, I feel like I'm a broken record sometimes when I'm saying this lately, that they want everything to be perfect. They want to come to you whole. So, you know, again, they're going to be taking their time. If you remember, the bottom of the deck was emotional withdrawal, and we have this man sitting on the beach. His head is down though. He's actually not looking toward the water, I would say toward the feminine. So, you know, he's in his own kind of world there. But with the Choose Wisely card, you can see he's looking straight out. So he's now looking out, and he has all these decisions in front of him, but he's not looking within anymore. He's looking without. So he is in the process of doing that core work and being successful in that. And now he is able to make the decisions and do the things that he needs to do to be whole again, to come back to you, feminines. So let's do a couple romance angel clarifiers. So Spirit, can we just have 3 cards for the Divine Feminine, shared and Divine Masculine energies, please? Just 3 cards, 1 for each. Okay, that's for the feminine. Shared energy now. Please, Spirit, just 1 card. Okay. Ooh, romantic feelings. And then we have for the masculine. All right. So, start with with the feminine. For the feminine, we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So feminines, guys, you gotta let the connection go, okay? You need to let go and trust that the universe has your back and that divine timing is at work and that everything will happen the way that it's supposed to and when it's supposed to. And we need to stop, as feminines, you know, just stop trying to figure out exactly how everything's going to happen, okay? Because you're not. And so the more that you can let go of that, and let go and feel whole on your own, and not, you know, again, attachment leads to suffering. So that's what's happening here. You need to love yourself first and be whole all by yourself, even though the masculine is your counterpart, your divine counterpart, or your soulmate. They're the other half of you, but you still need to be able to be happy with yourself before you can be in union. So this is very, very important for you. And then the shared energy is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So both parties, especially, you know, the feminine has been here for a while, but the masculine is coming around. He's realizing that he can't compare other women to the feminine because they will always fall short. Each woman that he meets in his life, he compares to the feminine. He keeps coming back to her no matter what he does. So he's finally starting to embrace those feelings, and, you know, beginning to figure out how he wants to explore them. And then for the masculine, we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So again, you know, he knows that there's this connection is something bigger, something special. You know, he feels pulled to the feminine, you know, whether he wants to be or not. You know, it could have ruined his most recent karmic relationship, or the one that he's currently in that is most likely in shambles, because regardless of what he wants, he is being pulled towards the feminine. So you know, that's just a kind of quick recap for, again, those twin flame soulmates, divine partners that are not currently in communication, that are in separation. I hope that I was able to help at least one person, and that this resonated with someone out there. If it did, if you could like, subscribe, comment, and share, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm available for private readings. All the information is on my website, astralintuitive.com, as well as you can check out my Instagram at astralintuitive. Love and light.